Hello. Round 10 tips. Now, I got 6 out of 9. I started off very poorly with obviously getting D's, Geelong, and Fremantle wrong. But then I got 6 in a row, so I was pretty happy with that. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into my tips. So we're starting off Gold Coast Suns versus Geelong. Now, no Hawkins, Cameron, maybe a couple other players. I'm not sure yet. No Reece Stanley, obviously. So I'm tipping Gold Coast to win by 10 points. I generally do not think we're good enough to compete with Gold Coast, especially up in TIO Stadium. Obviously, different weather conditions. I mean, it doesn't really matter though. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this team. We can't kick the ball to our players inside forward 50. We can't take it an easy mark. So I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's just a little purple patch and we somehow fire and become underdogs and we win. I don't know how 88% of people tipping us to beat Gold Coast. But anyways. So yeah, the Suns by 10 points. They were very impressive against North Melbourne. Yes, they've got to play North Melbourne, but they've also got to win. So they've done that quite well. So I think they won by 68 points, something in the end. So that's why I'm tipping Gold Coast, especially up in TIO Stadium. All right, the next one is Swans versus Blues at SCG. Now, Friday night, I'm looking forward to this game, but I think the Swans are just going to be a little bit too good for Carlton. Now, Carlton, they did have a good win against the D's. They did come back a lot, but they were very composed on the pressure with those 40 seconds to go. So, with that being said, SCG, Sydney, the best team in the competition by far. Up there, everyone else probably about here. So, the Pies take on the Crom at the MCG, 1:45, I'm pretty sure, on Saturday. Now, this is going to be a tough game, but I just feel like Pies are just going to be a little bit too good for the Crows. Now, obviously, the Crows and the Lions had a draw yesterday, and yeah, Pies had a solid win against Eagles. I think they won by about 60 odd points, 66 or something like that. So they got the job done. They did well, and now they're taking on the Crom. So I think it's going to be a 23-point victory, and Pies are back, which is a little bit scary for the competition. All right, so we've got the Giants and Dogs now. These two sides love to play each other, and they hate each other as well. Oh, not really hate each other, but they love playing against each other. So I feel like it's going to be a very close game, and it always is really a close game. Doesn't matter if it's finals or regular season games. And yeah, so I think it's going to be close. I think GWS is just going to be a little bit too classy, and they're going to win by 8 points. GWS did lose against the Bombers on a Saturday, and the Bulldogs thrashed who was it? Richmond. They thrashed Richmond by 91 points in the end. So insipid effort by Richmond, but Bulldogs are just way too good, and it's going to be a very tough challenge for the Dogs. But I just think GWS are just going to be a little bit too close here. Alright, so we've got the Lions take on Richmond. This is not going to be a close game at all. And I'm looking forward to actually missing this game. So it's just going to be Brisbane by 88 points. They could win by 100. Like, Richmond, they're terrible. Like, their effort's there, sort of, but they're just, I don't know what's going on there. They're obviously missing quite a few injuries, so that also helps with the factor. But they still would have lost by like 10 goals, so it wouldn't really matter. So the next game is St Kilda versus Fremantle. I really want to go to this game, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm tipping St Kilda to win by 5 points. I just think they need to really turn it on if they want to bring their season back. Obviously, they lost to Hawthorn by 5 points in the end, down in the Launceston, Tassie. And Fremantle had a terrible game against, obviously, Sydney, but it does affect because they had a lot of scoring shots. I think they kicked like 14 or 15 points in the end, and obviously the passing of Cam McCarthy also would have affected them mentally and physically because they were very close. Some of them were very close mates with him, so yeah, it's such a sad day for football, really. Bombers by 103 points against North Melbourne. North Melbourne, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to win a game until probably round in the 20s. Like, I don't know what's going on with their club. No one seemed to be really connected, really. So, Bombers, they're just on a roll at the moment. I think they've won 4 in a row. If you include the draw as not losing, because they didn't lose, it was a draw, they've won 4 in a row. So 103 points seems respectable. For Bombers, they're bouncing back perfectly, and I think I might be going to this game. So hopefully it'll be a masterclass. All right, so we've got Power by 66 points against Hawthorn. Yes, Hawthorn had a really good win against St Kilda down in Tassie, but they're playing Port Adelaide, who had a really good win against my Catters. Everything just went perfect for them, really. Obviously, they grew a 49-point lead, and we would have almost been down by 1 point if the umpire didn't blow his whistle earlier or later. Maybe it could have been a goal, but is what it is. Port way too good, so yeah, I'm just glad we didn't concede another goal with 3 seconds to go. So the D's to win by 24 points against the West Coast. Now, this is going to be a closer game than a lot of people are thinking because D's are a very defensive side. They're obviously, I feel like they're the second best team in the competition by far. Geelong's probably third or fourth at the moment. But yeah, D's, their defense is really, really good, and I can see this being a low-scoring game. But yeah, that is the video. Thanks so much for watching the tips. Comment below your tips for this week, and I'm doing a ranking video for this week because it's been 10 weeks, and yep, let's do it. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you next time. Peace.